and its intensity of focus on her. Her departure comes as German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is under pressure to send heavy Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, a decision the German leader seems reluctant to take. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
And here's the main news again. Rescue operations are continuing in Nepal after a plane crash that killed at least 70 people. Social Democrat Boris Pistorius has been named Germany's new defense minister after the resignation of Christine Lambrecht on Monday. And Japan is marking the 28th anniversary of the devastating Kobe earthquake with the first large-scale ceremony since before the pandemic. And that's the latest from Feature Story News. Giles Gibson reporting.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Pretty sure it's us. It's Scott and Val getting started on a Tuesday. My sister all the way from Deer Park, Washington. Good morning, Val.
Good morning.
All right. Get things fired up. It's always a Monday for us, so it's kind of hard to get back into the stream of things, literally. All right. Starting off this morning, one of the main programs that sends our feed out to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, it opened up, and none of the data, like for the stream addresses, the passwords, none of it was there. And then I realized I hadn't backed it up. I mean, I know where to go find it, but that would have added an extra half hour to the show. So I was very excited when I closed it and it opened back up the way it was supposed to be. So,
it's nice when it does that.
And then
reboot.
Yes, and then some other glitches with sound effects and stuff, but I think we got it going. So I hope there's no more ghosts in the machine, or I'll have to play this.
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, I don't want to start out a Monday like that.
No, or a Tuesday.
A Monday that's a Tuesday. I meant
Yes.
our Monday that's a Tuesday.
Yes.
I'll throw everybody off if I start saying it's Monday, right?
Yeah. I tried to have it ready for the show. I just didn't have time this morning. I've got a recording. It actually rained ice the other day, and I don't want to call it freezing rain because it was kind of different. I'd never seen anything like it. It tinkled when it came down. It was so loud I actually recorded it. On the recording, it almost sounds like a campfire. And it went
really?
It went onto the ground like that snow cone, the way snow cone ice looks after they pour the sauce over the top of it.
Uh-huh.
And then it froze solid. So it was colder on the ground than it was in the air. So as it came down, it froze, and it's ridiculously gross out here.
Oh. We've just gotten rain, and more rain. So I can't imagine being in California right now, but...
I looked at the airport webcam this morning for the Chihuahua airport, and crazy how much snow you guys have lost, and that you can, everything was the roads up there were all snow covered. Now you can see pavement. So
yeah, the roads are in good shape. We've still probably got, I bet you, a foot, but it's definitely way down and
thin down.
Yeah, thin down, settled.
Well, let's take a look at the weather forecast and see what you're in store for. 38 today, generally cloudy. Few snow flurries and showers are possible. Then tonight, 34 with snow showers developing late. So you might have a little bit in the morning if you're in the higher locations. Wednesday's high should be 38 and an overnight low of 33 with a rain-snow mix. 39 for Thursday with morning clouds and afternoon sun. 39 and 28 to be exact. And then Friday right now, mostly cloudy day, just a 10% chance of precip, 34 and 26. And then it looks like if in the next 2 weeks, you're going to stay right around 30 degrees with a very partly cloudy skies throughout most of the period, very minor chances of precipitation. So you're going to cool off a little bit, be probably more seasonal norms, but I don't see a ton of precipitation right now coming your way.
Well, it'd be nice to see some partly cloudy skies. I feel like this time of year we're often just gray, so I'll take partly cloudy for sure.
Definitely.
As long as it's not, sometimes you get socked in with the fog, and you never see that little bit of sun. But
All right. Kids for breakfast today, a muffin variety, cereal variety, fresh fruit juice, and milk choice. And then on the lunch menu for the 17th, spaghetti. Let's see, breadsticks, string cheese, salad, fresh veggies, carrots, fresh fruit, and milk choice. That's what the kids get for lunch and breakfast.
ooh, spaghetti sounds good.
It does for some reason, huh? Is that kind
Yeah.
of a wintertime comfort food, maybe?
Yeah.
All right, taking a look at what's going on around the community today. You've got story time at the Chihuahua Library, 11:30 to 5 p.m. Tomorrow at the library, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in-person weekly tech help. And 2 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. on Saturday the 21st, A Light in the Darkness, which is a music performance going on at the Woodlands Theater up in Kettle Falls. Don't forget our own theater starting a new play on February, let's see if I get it right here. February 3rd is opening night for the Love Lies and the Doctor's Dilemma coming up at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. So there is just a few events coming your way. Let's start off with something fun this morning. Here comes my sister with short jokes about me. Wow.
It's going to be fun for me this morning anyway. I don't
guess.
know about you.
Man.
You know, brother, you're so short. If you smoked pot, you would only get medium. No getting high for you.
Wow. Okay. That's how it's going to be.
You know, everybody, just appreciate the little things in life. Hug Scott.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be hard if you have a bad back, though, to bend over to hug me.
I was going to say, bend down a little bit. Say what you like about my brother. At least he can't look down on people.
That's right. Whoop, whoop. Wow.
Oh, yes. And you know what? You've got to hand it to short people. They
Yeah?
can't reach it themselves, can they?
Oh, that's so true. You know, sometimes I'm in the grocery store and they've ran out of things on the lower shelf, so I have to look up, you know, and you'll see it up on top, and or maybe in the cooler, it's in the way back, and I look around and I don't see any employees, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to get this? And all of a sudden, like, I'm like standing up on top of the cooler, you know, trying to reach way back in there, and I always where I'm like, wait, somebody's going to come around the corner and go, sir, you can't do that, you can't get in the cooler, and I'm like, that's the only way I can reach stuff.
I'm lucky. I have a tall husband.
He's a
who's
monster.
generally with me. Yeah, so I can always use his arms.
All right. What else?
Hey, you know what? You know what you and I have in common?
What's that?
Very little.
Oh, that's a pun, isn't it?
You know what? I tried to go into a nightclub last night with Scott. The bouncer stopped me at the door and said I couldn't go in. I asked, why not? He said, because you're not on the short list.
Oh. You must be this tall to get on the ride. And that is, I hate those.
I played a round of miniature golf with my brother yesterday.
Yep.
Of course, he just calls it golf.
Woo, woo.
I crashed into the back of Scott's car once. He got out and said, I'm not happy. And I said, well, then which one are you?
Grumpy. I'm grumpy.
You're grumpy.
Yes.
No, you're sleepy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Make the little things count. Just teach math to Scott.
Oh. Hey, a lot of people have tried to do that. It didn't work out very well for them.
The key to writing Scott jokes, anybody out there is interested, just keep them short.
Didn't promise they'd be good.
Just short. And, you know, Scott is a little bit sensitive about his lack of height. We're not going to say short, just a lack of height. So it's best not to tease him about it, though, or he'll punch you in the knee.
I'll chew off your ankle.
And then, last one. I saw Scott buying a packet of water balloons last night. Somebody's getting lucky tonight.
Oh! Wow. Wow.
You know, it's kind of hard for me to tell, short jokes about you, though, because I'm about the same height.
I think you might be just a hair shorter, too.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
or
sure
two.
I've shrunk. We've both shrunk, though, probably.
Yeah, man, I hope you're shrinking faster than me. You are.
Well, I think
Older.
menopause, I was going to say, I think menopause helps you shrink a little bit, too.
Oh, nice. It's horrible. All right. You still having hot flashes?
Oh, yeah.
If you get flushed on the radio, I'll be sure and point that out.
Point
after
it
all those
out.
jokes
Thank you.
Today. You're welcome.
Yeah, because nothing makes you blush harder than when somebody points out that you're blushing.
For the Scott, what Scott thinks about in the shower, I actually put a little speaker on my shower, and now when I open the shower door, it does this. Yeah. All right.
I thought it would be like clapping when you walked in the shower.
Not anything like what you said. All right. What I thought about the shower today: orange juice describes both its color and the fruit that it comes from. Nothing else is like that.
Not very many, huh?
No.
Well, maybe grapes. Grape colored.
Oh, there are some grape-colored grapes. You're right.
Yeah.
Humans are the only animals that can't fly that learned how to fly.
Usually we do okay with that.
The real gauge of my friendship is how clean my house is before you come over.
Because the better our friendship, the less likely that I'm going to clean before you walk in the door.
Exactly. If it's super messy, I am totally comfortable with you.
Exactly.
Okay. Your birthday.
So guess what, brother? When you come out to visit,
The house is going to be trashed or really nice?
no, trashed.
Val, your birthday suit is the only suit that fits you your entire life.
It keeps growing with me.
Yeah. Punching someone too hard when they're awake might knock them out. Punching someone too hard when they're asleep might wake them up.
Let's test both when you're here.
Okay. I will. On your husband. All right.
Again, you're short. You better make sure he's laying down.
Yeah. All right. So the last one, and this is as I jumped the long 4-inch distance from the shower to the floor.
Okay, it is a long distance.
Yeah, for me. I came up with this one. You can go back and return almost any product to the store if it doesn't work, except a parachute.
That is a pretty good one.
Things that make you go splat.
Oh.
All right.
Good morning, Marianne. She's saying hi to us this morning on
Good
Facebook.
morning, Marion. All right. Let's see. News headlines. Another scary one in football. Russell Gage left the Cowboy-Bucks game to the hospital after a frightening blow to the head and neck. I'm beginning to think now that the NFL is just staging these things for attention.
Well, it's interesting. They have a new helmet that they're finding that a lot of times they'll use it in practices that they're finding reduces head injuries tremendously, but they're pretty funky looking. So I don't know if you can get them to wear it during the game, but
It'd be great if it was like a bobblehead helmet.
It almost looks like the super padded ones that you wear, that boxers will wear when they're sparring. And they go over the top of their regular helmet. It's really interesting, but I don't know if you'll see that becoming a new thing, but it needs to. I mean, if you're going to let them play this, very dangerous, aggressive sport, something has to be done.
With a long history of brain damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll see ALS and Alzheimer's and all sorts of stuff in these players that have taken massive, huge hits to the head.
Question, did your husband play a lot of football?
Don't you remember when he picked you up and threw you like a football?
Yes.
Spiral and everything. It was really good.
That's what I hated when I was in high school. They invite me to play basketball, and then when I got there, they wanted me to be the ball.
The dribbling was the worst part.
Oh, oh. You don't know how many times I've hung from the net. Just begging someone to help me down. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is really sad. Just eating one serving. This is a new study. Eating one serving of freshwater fish, that means fish from your local stream, could have the same effect as drinking heavily polluted water with forever chemicals for an entire month. Eating one fish.
Oh my
Enough
gosh, that's
toxic
horrible.
chemicals for 1 month. The equivalent month-long amount of water would be contaminated at levels 2,400 times greater than what's recommended by the EPA drinking water health advisories, according to a new study published Tuesday in Environmental Research. Research added that locally caught freshwater fish are far more polluted than commercial catches with per- and polyfluorinated substances called PFAs. So-called forever chemicals that are notorious for their persistence in the body and the environment. PFAs are key ingredients in jet fuel, firefighting foam, industrial discharge.
Oh, I wonder if that's firefighting foam, because I don't know if you kept up on the water issue in Cheney Airway Heights because of all the chemicals that were going in the water from the firefighting foam. So
There's always something, isn't there?
yeah, but you know what? I don't like fish, so another great excuse not to eat it.
I've been eating more and more. Now I'm scared. I guess don't go catch it yourself. Get the
Wasn't
get the
there-
farm stuff. It's probably safer. The stuff you're buying in a store that comes from a farm. But yeah, ocean may be a little bit better, but they're saying a lot of local streams. And I imagine it depends on what part of the country you're in. You're probably a
I'm
lot
sure.
safer than in Washington than you would be on the East Coast, because people have been living here and polluting a lot longer.
So wasn't there for quite a while? There was a fish out of the Columbia River. They were telling you only to eat at the max one a week because of the mercury levels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Off the Columbia River. And I don't even remember what
think
fish
that
it was.
I think it's all fish in the Columbia River now.
Okay.
I
thought there was a specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking there was a specific species that I don't know whether they were bottom feeders or whatever, more likely to have it. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, steer clear of that carp. All right, other things polluting food packaging, of course. And then they say industrial discharge, which is what you get after COVID.
I wish it would discharge. It's just stuck right in my chest.
Doctor looked up my nose and said, that's industrial discharge. All right. Yeah, local waterways.
I was like, no, those were his brains.
All right. One of these people, the corresponding author David Andrews, said food has always been kind of the hypothesis of how most people are exposed to PFAs. Tuesday's study, first analysis to connect U.S. fish consumption to blood levels of PFAs, while also comparing PFA levels in freshwater fish with those in commercial seafood samples. All right. Apparently the commercial stuff, healthier. Could this be a paid study?
Maybe sponsored by.
Sponsored by Fishy. Or maybe actually a fish wrote the story, so we...
Oh, what's the one big brand like of fish sticks?
Gorton's?
Yeah, it's sponsored by Gorton's.
All right. Story popped up today. More and more cities. I mean, Chihuahua kind of did the same thing when they passed the law that you couldn't park in front of one of the parks for more than 3 hours. More and more cities across the country making homeless encampments a crime. So where are these people supposed to go? That's the big question.
There is, because it's been a huge controversy with the homeless encampment in Spokane, the city trying to get it removed, but it was on state land. So, I mean, it's just been our DOT lands. And so they've really made this effort of having extra beds and all of that. Well, they said, there was a story this morning saying that the people in the camp, the numbers going down quite a bit, but what they're seeing, they think they're getting old RVs and moving them to other state land and parking and staying in the RVs instead. But they were saying that our shelters are not very full. There's plenty of room in the shelters for them. They're just not taking advantage of that. So
Well, there's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of there's a lot of drug addiction that goes along with being homeless. Now, I'm not, stereotyping everyone, but there is a lot of drug addiction in that too. And you can't go into a shelter and do your drugs. So a lot of them just aren't going to do it, you
Right.
know.
And a lot of mental health issues as well. So I'm sure that, you know, that plays into whether you want to be in a space with other people between paranoia and everything. So,
Scary though. Where are they supposed to go as we do this? A growing problem. Nobody seemed to really come up with a win-win situation for.
yeah.
All right. Did you see the guy in Houston at the Taqueria Diner who shot and killed the robber? I mean,
I don't think I've seen
they've been
that.
playing this video. So there's a new. He's yet to be charged with anything. Community activists in Houston are calling for the restaurant paying who shot and killed robbery suspect during a holdup to be arrested, saying he went beyond self-defense, despite many calling him a hero. So here's the deal: the guy comes in with a gun. I believe it turned out to be a fake gun as well, but you don't know that. And the guy in the video, as the robber is exiting the store, gets up from the table and fires like a round into his back. And when he goes down, he like empties the gun, fires several more rounds. It was a young black man who was obviously exiting the restaurant. I don't think that's a legal shoot. And I'm really, because of the laws in Texas, they called it a shooting in self-defense, in defense of others and defense of property. But he wasn't. The event was over with, and he shot this kid in the back. Now, sure, he shouldn't have been robbing, and if you're going to go out and do something like that, you're risking your life and carrying whether the gun's real or fake. You put it on yourself, but he had no reason to even shoot him. He could have just let him walk out the door. Nobody was getting hurt. So, boy, there's a sticky one.
That is a sticky one. It's one of those moral dilemmas, right? If he had shot him at the register when he was, brandishing his gun or whatever and taken him out at that moment, but when he's obviously, like you said, turned his back, he's leaving. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
When I saw it, I was horrified, and that was my first thought watching the video was, why did he do that? It was over. And then just, to kill him. Yeah, so.
So let's look at it from a slightly different perspective. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not, condoning
Okay.
either. But just as devil's advocate, so if somebody had entered your house brandishing a weapon and then turned around and was leaving, if it was your house, would you shoot him even though he was leaving?
I sure want to wing him.
Yeah, so that's a tough one. I mean, because you could, I don't know. Yeah. I hope I'm never put in that position, I guess.
That is a tough one, but yeah, I don't think the guy was. There was no scared for your life or anything like that. But stepping inside someone's house, that's kind of asking for it. So,
Yeah.
if he, and I would be probably a lot more lenient in my mind if it would have happened in this gentleman's home and he shot him before he left the house. But yeah, the video it's
horrific,
it's pretty
huh?
damning. Yeah, it's pretty horrific, and the fact that they're showing these now is gross too.
Yeah.
All right, and Marion says she's now she is scared of local fish.
You start growing gills or something.
She also has a suggestion here for our homeless thing, making a KOA campground like thing with concrete block showers and restrooms and that kind of stuff. And in fact, I was talking to a friend about how tent camping is slowly becoming a thing of the past. There are so many campgrounds now because of the homeless problem. Not only do they get bigger bucks if they switch up their tent area to taking RVs, and now they're going from $20 a night, $15 a night to $60 a night, easy, especially for a big rig. But less and less campgrounds and state campgrounds allowing tent camping, partially due to the homeless crisis. Because if you can go into that KOA or a state park or whatever and tent for 15 days and then be there for your 2 weeks and leave for a day and come back, that kind of stuff to meet their rules. I imagine in a lot of these areas, especially like over by the coast, that state campgrounds that allowed tenting got overrun, especially if they're close to town. But it's getting harder to find tent camping. Where you're seeing something new pop up, though, is in the B&B, and they also have another one called Hip Camp for people that tent camp to find places, is more and more people are doing tent B&Bs in their backyard where you show up and they've got this totally set up tent with a real bed inside of it just waiting for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw a lot of that this summer.
Well, we like to camp at some DNR campgrounds because if you buy your Discover Pass, then you can camp there for free. And they do have some rules about, how many days you can use it over the course of the month. But we have in that process, we've chatted a lot with the DNR warden. He's a recreational warden, not a game warden, but he just talks about...
I want that job. I'm a recreational warden.
Yeah.
It's time to play.
But he just talks about the number of tweakers that will be, go set up somewhere in the woods. And he's, his main issue there is that they build fires when it's definitely not a season, when fires are banned. And then the horrendous amount of garbage they leave behind. We ran across one when we were jeeping through the mountains one day, and just the garbage everywhere. And I don't think they'd be bothered so much if they would just be responsible, all of that. I don't think they'd get after them for camping up in the woods for ages, but they, it's that situation. They're tweaking, they're cooking stuff, they're making a mess, they're tearing up the trees, all of that. So, yeah.
Well, the mindset might not be there at that particular moment in time either. So. All right. More news headlines. Somebody actually married Kanye West. Who'd do that?
Oh, bad.
All right. I guess she was the Yeezy architectural designer. Smart thing here, though, it's not a legal marriage because they didn't get a certificate. That's smart.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow. Who does that? I mean, the most shamed person in America. I think I'll marry him and get in the news.
She must be a racist bigot, too, or something.
I guess. All right, let's see. This one just kind of caught my eye. I won't really get into it, but Russian President Vladimir Putin's ploy to use oil and gas exports as a weapon of financial war in his campaign to conquer Ukraine is increasingly backfiring. And in fact, one of the countries that they said would be the hardest hit will be Germany and winter fuel. But due to a light winter and new resources that they've come up with, they don't need any of his fuel. So what he had calculated, they're saying, as far as it's crushing their economy even worse than they thought, and that some of the sanctions, especially for oil, are working quite well. So that's good news.
We are watching a Amazon Prime series right now. It's Jack Ryan. And it's one of those political thrillers, but this season is all about Russia. And yeah, but it's really interesting in the series. Russia is just starting to say that they're going to invade Ukraine, but it was just all they're looking at all the politics behind that. But the reasoning within this series is that Russia doesn't they used to be that superpower in the world that everybody was afraid of. and they aren't anymore. And so they were, in the plot of this series is that they're wanting to reassert that they are the toughest country, the toughest nation in the world. And in order to do that, they got to be back to that, USSR type of thing where everybody's afraid of them. So it was really interesting take on that. I could see, I can see Putin's motivation being that he wants Russia not to be considered a non-threat anymore. He wants to make sure that they have that reputation that they used to have.
Oh, egos. Maybe we should just let women run the world.
You know what? That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
What did I say? It wasn't me. It was Puppet Scott.
Puppet Scott.
Puppet Scott. Trump screaming over the weekend, cutting his own throat again. He went after the religious right this time, saying they're all disloyal.
I thought that's about all he had left.
Oh, but they're saying, yeah, he's really disloyal. And he said, look, I packed the Supreme Court and they overturned Roe versus Wade. You should love me. Why don't you love me?
Well, I'm sorry. If you're a good Christian, how could you approve of some of the horrible things he does?
Or the mouth, even how, yeah.
I think it's more, isn't your whole thought process, your whole religion based around loving your neighbor, being kind to one another, and, doing what's best for the whole. And I just don't think that any of those are traits that Trump has shown, especially the kindness factor. And so, yeah, I would, and we've talked about this with our mom, who was had a deep belief in Jesus Christ. But there was no part of Trump that acted Christ-like. And so
I had to explain it to her. Go, Mom, look, you tried to raise me right. And did you? Well, I think so. Well, then I can't do this. I can't accept it. And don't ask me to accept it, because it's somebody I wouldn't leave alone in a room with my two daughters. So why would I vote for him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that even the far right conservative Christians are jumping ship.
All right. We need some more jumpers before the next election. That's all I'm saying.
It was interesting. I'm trying to remember what state it was. I want to say it was Utah. And they did a poll of who residents of Utah would vote for if they ran as a Republican nominee for president. And the top choice was Ron DeSantis. The next one was Liz Cheney, and Trump was on the bottom.
Oh.
And so I was like, wow, that is really interesting. So, when you're looking at a super conservative state.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I've in my search for news headlines, just one here that was a little fun. It was tweets about relationships.
Okay.
All right. This one says, I wish a rich guy will fall in love with me and his parents offer me $20 million to get out of his life.
Oh, that is good.
You'll like this one then too, Val. It says, I think that dating losers is actually a prerequisite for female greatness.
Yes. Make yourself look really good.
For those on dating sites, if we talk, you must reply before I send a message back. All right. If we talk, you're not single. We're in a pending relationship. You're in my cart. I'm thinking of purchasing you. Here's one that says, post y'all's boyfriends. Let's see who got the same one.
Oh.
Look out, guys.
That's how you match, huh? The match game. It's who has the same boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. All right, I like this one. I'm way too young to be feeling like I'm done with love and dating.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. We're dating in my head, so there.
Now that sounds like a psycho stalker.
It's me and my man against the world. And yes, we met 3 days ago. Busy today having my girlfriend declawed.
Oh.
Ow. I hate when someone tries to give me relationship advice. Let me be delusional in peace. I like this one. Girlfriends are supposed to be a little scary.
Oh, yeah. I was telling my son that because when he first started dating this new gal, he's like, God, I really like her, but I think she's a little cray-cray. And I'm like, honey, listen, all women are a little cray-cray. You just have to find one who you can get along with their version of cray-cray.
Yeah. I like this one. If we date, you got to kiss me every 2 minutes.
What?
Yeah, I'm setting an alarm.
Creepy.
He dumped me, so I started dating his boss and just got his vacation canceled.
Oh, that's evil.
I gotta skip that one. Let's see. If I had a boyfriend, I'd keep him on one of those extendable leashes so he can explore safely.
but then you can move the lever where it brings them back in really fast.
Strangely enough, though, I'd be okay with that.
You just want the spiked collar.
Yeah. Grr, baby, grr. All right. Stop having boyfriends and start having some fun. Here's one. My girlfriend was looking for a shirt to wear from my closet and had the audacity to say, we need more shirts.
Oh. She just wants to take you shopping.
All right. Let's see. Moving along this morning. How about some bits and breaks, Val?
That sounds good.
All right. KCHW Twila, looking at 7:50 to 7:58. If you have to be somewhere by 8, you're going to be late. Let's see, Val, what do you want to start off with? How about worst excuses for calling in sick? Those are always fun.
They are. So bosses were asked what the worst excuses that they'd heard for calling in sick. So let's look at those. At her sister's wedding, an employee chipped her tooth on a mint julep, bent over to spit it out, hit her head on a keg, and was knocked unconscious.
Ooh.
I think that's a pretty good excuse, actually.
You're going to need some bruises, though, for that one.
You're going to have to prove it.
Some makeup, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wedding. There's going to be pictures. Oh, this one is pretty sick. A dog urinated on the employee's ear, causing an ear infection.
That has to be true.
An employee's dog wasn't feeling well, so the employee tasted the dog's food and then got sick.
So you remember our little dog when we were growing up, Peppy the poodle?
Yep. Peppy Le Pew.
We camped a lot as kids, and Mom and Dad would go out in the RV and stuff. I can't tell you how many times our dog peed in a guy in a sleeping bag. If there was a guy in a sleeping bag in the campground anywhere, the dog would find it and pee on him. He loved it. And then you're like trying to be real quiet so you don't wake up the person asleep and go, Peppy, come here. Come here. Quick.
Get away from that man. Well, my in-laws have a dog that is not well, but the dog eats better than they do. They feed her all sorts of stuff. I think he had to go buy steak the other day to try and get her to eat. He was going to give her some steak.
That's the old fuzzy one, right?
Yeah.
The one that likes to walk up to you and lift you in the air?
Yes. That one.
Man, did they train that dog just to go for the crotch every time?
I know.
And I'm so short, she'll come up behind me and all of a sudden it's, woo, oh, I'm riding a dog. Just saying.
The problem is my in-laws don't make their dogs mind, and so she's just obnoxious.
Yeah.
An employee's roommate locked all of his clothes in a closet for spite.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. An employee was upset because his favorite TV show got canceled.
It's the same thing that happened to me after Walking Dead.
Oh, I thought it was Star Trek something.
No, The Walking Dead just ended.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
They lost me a while back, so I don't know. But anyway, an employee said he wasn't feeling well and wanted to rest up for the company's holiday party that night.
Swing.
Yeah, we gotta get better before we start drinking some booze.
Get my game on.
Uh-huh. And finally, this one. The employee said that a groundhog bit his car tire, causing it to go flat.
That's happened to me.
Has it really?
No. I do have a quick joke, though, Val.
Okay.
A woman was taking an afternoon nap. She woke up and told her husband, "I just dreamed that you gave me a pearl necklace. What do you think it means?" "You'll know tonight," he said. That evening, the man came home with a small package and gave it to his wife. Delighted, she opened it, only to find a book entitled The Meaning of Dreams.
Oh, that's pretty bad, man.
4 things you didn't know yesterday. All right. Australia is the home to the world's longest fence, known as the dingo fence, or the dog fence, which stretches over 3,400 miles.
Wow.
Thomas Edison had a collection of 5,000 birds.
5,000?
5,000. Strange thing, he could make them all light up.
That's what I was wondering. What did he use those birds for?
Something evil, I'm sure. Glaciers once wiped out worms across much of North America.
Oh.
But yet, politicians came back to life.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah. Recent study found that 1 in 300 births in the U.S. occurs in a vehicle.
How many?
1 in 300 births.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, occurs in a vehicle. Gives me an idea. All right. Oops. I hate it when I say things out loud.
Oh no! We suck again!
All right. Man refused to split his work bonus with his stay-at-home wife. Is this okay, Val? Explain it to me.
Sure. A guy on Reddit shares that ever since he refused to share his work bonus with his wife, he's noticed a lot of tension in his marriage. The 40-year-old explained that every year for Christmas, his in-laws usually give his wife money. However, due to the financial hardships, her parents were unable to give as much money as they usually do this past holiday. The man was fortunate enough to receive a work bonus, and since the two usually keep their extra cash separate, he chose not to share his bonus, which, guess what, dude? It made her mad. While his wife only received $100 from her parents for Christmas, the man received $1,300 as his bonus.
I'm not
The man shared, when I told my wife this, she said we should split the money so that we both have $700 to spend. I refused because our agreement was that we would keep our Christmas money separate and spend it how we chose. I also brought up how a few years back, my company had a particularly rough year, and as a result, I only got a $100 bonus. The same year, my wife got $1,000 from her parents and did not split it with me, and I did not expect her to. So if she didn't think we should split the money 50-50 back then, when she had received more, she shouldn't expect me to split it 50-50 now. Dude, that's a slippery slope. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
You know, I just got to say, you always got to keep the woman happy.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's $700 to have a happy wife. Man.
It is sad, though, that she is waving a double standard, and I might be inclined to point that out.
Yes. Did he ask her to split it back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said she didn't.
That could weigh on it, too. If he asked her and she said, no, it's my money, then he should say the same thing now. But,
right.
But you want to get along, too. So
yeah.
Tough.
I don't know. Seems like a lot of tension over $1,400.
It does.
Yeah.
Just split it. I got a great idea. Go out and spend it together on something for both of you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. How about a new TV maybe that you've been looking at, or something along that line that you would both enjoy. $1,400 would get you a nice little weekend getaway. Yeah, I agree with that. Spend it on something that you would both enjoy doing.
Like a truckload of massage oil?
Where is your mind this morning?
Oh!
God.
Oops.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's me. It's me.
It's him. It's him.
Questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately, which means like fast. All right. Marion, not impressed. She says, "Where do you get this stuff?"
Well, at least they were laughing faces.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Val will deliver today's fun and games, and I will deliver yesterday's.
All right. So this morning, here's a little trivia for you.
Okay.
This cleans, warms, and humidifies over 500 cubic feet of air every day. Cleans, warms, and humidifies.
So it's not like the world's smallest air conditioner.
No,
That's going to warm it up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to give you a hint. Everyone has one.
Farts? Scott, what are you doing? I'm cleaning, warming, and humidifying. Everybody has one.
Everybody has one.
I'm back to the same thing.
Stuck on farts?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Cleans, warms, and humidifies. Something in your... I don't know.
Your nose.
Oh. That was almost right.
I was gonna go there, let you know that you were was a part of the body, but yes, your nose.
Oh. All right, Val.
Okay.
There are over 78 million of these in the United States and around 8 million in Canada. Wow, I wonder why there's so much more few in Canada. Yeah, lots of them in the U.S. And my opinion is almost every girl has one.
Oh.
Almost.
A man she wants to dump?
Oh!
Oh, your opinion, every woman has one. 78 million in the U.S., only 8 million in Canada. Wedding rings?
No, it's alive.
It's alive.
It's alive!
A cat!
Oh, we wish. We wish.
It's alive. Most women you think have one. Oh, goodness.
That's what it appears online, anyways.
Oh. Is it obvious and I'm just missing it?
Yes.
It's alive and it's...
God,
Gosh, I'm just
got
not...
4 legs.
Well, then a dog?
Yes, it barks at the neighbors incessantly.
So
78
I was
million
in the
dogs in the
right
U.S.,
range.
only 8 million in Canada. That's proof Canadians don't like dogs.
I should have gone with dog just because you hate the pictures of dogs on women's Tinder profiles.
Yes, it's just wrong. Here she is with a picture of her dog. Here she is with a picture of her dog and some big sunglasses. Here she is with a picture of the dog with its tongue in her mouth. I can't tell you how many
Is that
times
like
I
an
saw...
ex-boyfriend then?
Yeah, that's... when I sent her the message, it says, "Hey, why don't you just date the dog?"
You forgot the dog on the kayak.
Oh, yeah, dog on a kayak. There you go.
All right. We're going to stick with the dog theme. 13% of dog owners never do this. 13%.
Let their dog stick the tongue in the mouth.
I wish that was it.
Dogs. Don't do this.
Yeah, do not. Never do this. 13% of dog owners never do this.
I had a neighbor like it. Pick up their poo.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
All
right, tough
how
one.
Rude. How
Tough one.
rude.
Tough one for you, Val. Besides being a famous inventor, Thomas Edison was known for his collection of these. And they
That
were...
would be the 5,000 birds.
Oh, no. But good guess.
Oh, okay.
Not 5,000 birds. So these would be kept on paper. It's something he might have saved or memorized. People would have found it entertaining.
Little quotes.
Oh, you're kind of warm.
Jokes.
What kind of jokes, Val?
Colonial jokes.
No. And not short people jokes either.
Oh.
Like you delivered this morning.
What kind of jokes would he have? Like, not like a riddle, or because that's not really a joke. What kind of jokes? Fat people jokes. I don't know. Because you told me it wasn't short people. All right, I don't know. What kind of jokes, Scott?
The ugly people know who they are.
No, it wasn't that either. Dirty jokes, Val.
Really?
Yeah, who'd have guessed? Edison was famous for his collection of dirty jokes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Brad must have acquired that collection.
I think he did. I've been pinching myself and slapping myself with a board, just trying to toughen up my skin for when I get there. Because Brad's jokes, he loves making fun of me. So,
Oh yeah. You're gonna get it.
I'm sure I will. He'll be like
Okay.
making up for the past year.
All right. This is going to be an interesting one for you.
Okay.
In this game, you have 20 seconds to name 10 words that begin with the letters D-O. D-O.
Can I read things? I see one right now. Dork.
All right. All right. Ready, set, go.
Dork. Dorky. Dorkiest. Let's see. Don't. One for the cops. Donut. Do-gooder. Download. I'm running out of D words.
There is a story we've told twice this morning where the word begins with D-O.
A story we told twice. Dog.
There you go.
Dogs. Pretty sure I hit 10 now.
Dollar.
Dollar. There you go.
There you go. All right.
Two
Well,
words.
I'll give it to you. I'm not sure.
I don't think I was there, but hey, just like in school, I tried to answer half of them.
C is good enough.
C is good enough. That's right. All right. Americans in the Pacific states, California, Oregon, and Washington buy more of these than any other region, and it's not umbrellas.
Buy more of these than any other state.
Yep. And by the way, the stores that sold these are almost all gone out of business. This one came
That
up
would be
the other
like
day.
videos or something like that. Your video stores, Blockbusters.
Pretty close. What other stores like that have gone out of business?
Record stores.
In a mall. Today, I think the mall, like on Division, still has one.
Oh. Oh, Sears.
No, looking for bookstores.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got anything else?
I do. What's in common? I mean, give you 3 words. You have to tell me what's in common with them.
Okay.
Cream, sharp, cottage.
Blessed are the cheesemakers.
Yes. Gun, baby, baking.
Powder.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
A bowl, a car, a shoe salesman. This one's kind of hard. The others weren't too bad, but this one's a little bit harder. A bowl, a car, a shoe salesman. Anything?
My kids treated me
Anything?
like I'm really old, and the other day they told me they were going to buy me a shoehorn.
Oh, yes. Very good. A horn.
A horn?
Wow.
It is a horn. Good. I thought so. The bull.
I'm impressed. Yeah. Cirrus stratus cumulus.
Clouds.
That one was pretty easy.
Yeah, it is pretty easy.
All right.
All right. I got a last one for you somewhere here. Answer wrong and wind as we go to break. Oh, wind. Yeah, that means you have to fart afterwards. Answer wrong and wind with Val. Not as funny as people might think.
No.
All right. Val, name a sport that's played on the grass.
Sport that's played on the grass. Any of them if you stopped at the dispensary?
Wow. So true. Look, she's playing soccer, but she just kept running.
Very slowly.
What kind of shoes, Val, might you wear to go running?
Oh. Horseshoes.
Here she comes. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. Just stick with the coconuts. It'd probably be easier. Right.
Oh.
Name a place that's famous for having kangaroos.
The Senate.
Oh, yep.
The courts.
The courts? Ooh. Last one, Val. What is something you add to coffee?
Ooh, to coffee. Cheese whiz.
Ew. What would that look like?
Disgusting.
Oh, it'd probably like coagulate on the top of it. What kind of coffee is that? Is that pumpkin spice? No, it's cheese whiz spice.
It just floats there forever. And then when you take a sip, it's going to feel really strange going down your throat.
What's in my coffee?
It's like having the worm in the tequila.
Yeah. Warm up the cheese whiz first. It'll mix better.
There you go.
There you go. A few suggestions. We are going to thank our sponsors, play some news, and then come back with some more fun for you. We've got celebrity birthdays, a little bit of history. Always wrap things up with the odd news. And we got some entertainment news today, too. Stick around. It is KCHW 102.7.
And that's how she wrote.
It's 8:18.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring. Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like Southwind, Deltile, Mannington, and Mohawk. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com. Call 509-935-8021 or via email through chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Picture this. It's January 2022. Your New Year's resolution is to get healthier, but you don't know where to start, and you keep putting it off. Next thing you know, it's January 2023. Where did the last year go? You decide this is the year you are really going to prioritize your health. But once again, you just don't know where to start. Let New Health help. New Health is committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open access healthcare for all. From your medical, dental, pharmacy, or behavioral health needs, we have what you need to get started, and we will be with you every step of the way as you move through your healthcare journey. Contact us today at 509-935-6004. New Health, celebrating 45 years of bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
And communities into healthcare.
You're listening to 102.7. KCHW,
102.7 FM.
And communities into healthcare.
You're listening to 102.7. KCHW,
102.7 FM.
And communities into healthcare.
You're listening to 102.7.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And is a major contributor to climate change due to its methane emissions.
Its heat trapping properties are far more powerful than carbon dioxide, and scientists around the globe have told us that we are in the critical decade. If we want to avoid the worst effects of climate disruption, we must act, and we must act now.
A Colorado district court ruled in December that the Polis administration violated state law by failing to approve or deny an Colorado permit for the mine owned by Arch Resources, formerly Arch Coal, by a statutory deadline of September 2021. I'm Eric Galatas.
Out of Oregon, where they're high on their list of states focused on sustainable building practices, according to a new report. Eric Tadoff lets us know the state comes in at number 10 in the U.S. Green Building Council's ranking, released today.
The ranking is based on the construction of LEED-certified buildings, a widely used system that rates environmentally friendly practices. In 2022, Oregon added more than 6 million square feet of LEED-certified space. The Pacific Regional Director for the U.S. Green Building Council, Stephanie Gabriel, says the next step for the state is to expand this type of construction outside of major cities.
Bringing green buildings to more rural environments or small towns outside of Portland metro area and Salem, the larger cities of Oregon. So really making sure that we're addressing green building throughout the state.
Gabriel says the Inflation Reduction Act signed by President Biden last year will bring federal funding to states with green building initiatives, which could increase the pace toward more sustainable construction.
This is Oregon's second year in a row appearing on the list. California ranks 4th. Massachusetts came in number 1. Now from the New York Times, more than 2,000 miles from New York City, Mayor Eric Adams stood outside a church in Texas Sunday and told a group of migrants that he would fight for them to be able to work and to experience the American dream. The Times notes the mayor's positive message contrasted with his difficult mission on this trip, trying to increase pressure on Biden to provide federal help to New York City, which is dealing with an influx of migrants. The Times says that Adams is showing compassion for people whose lives have been upended and at the same time insisting that they stop coming to New York. This is Public News Service. Nevada is still waiting for official designation of a new national monument. Back in November, President Joe Biden said he is committed to protecting the area known by some as Spirit Mountain, an area spanning about 450,000 acres near Laughlin. But it hasn't happened yet.
Conservation groups and tribes say making of Ikwame a national monument would align with Biden's 30 by 30 campaign, which aims to protect 30% of U.S. land and waters by 2030. Russell Coleman with the Nevada Wildlife Federation calls the designation the missing key needed for tri-state level land protections in the western U.S.
With this designation, it's really going to be a big jump forward in accomplishing President Biden's 30 by 30 initiative. Now the question is, how else can we move that needle towards that goal?
Opponents of protecting more public land want to see the area used in other ways. Backers of the Culling Wind Energy Project have proposed a 310 megawatt wind farm within the boundaries of the proposed national monument to provide energy to Nevada and California. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Now to Maine, where ARP there sponsors an online workshop this week on long-range planning for health equity.
Compared to other states, Maine has the oldest population in the U.S., and tens of thousands of Mainers are expected to retire in the coming years.
It's going to be fun for me this morning anyway. I don't know about you.
Man.
Brother, you're so short. If you smoked pot, you would...
Everyone in that village.
Just a side note there till we go back on live. Marion had said our voices sounded funny, but on the video playback it sounds okay. So I don't know what's going on. I had my speaker up. Maybe that was causing a problem. I have killed it. So
okay.
All right.
Website. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
Finally, our Nadia Romligon tells us West Virginia's teachers union warns a proposed new tax cut will further shrink school budgets and drive more educators out of the profession.
A crippling number of vacancies are straining school operations, and the number of non-certified teachers that have left their jobs has doubled since 2018, according to the state's Department of Education. West Virginia Education Association President Dale Lee says he welcomes the governor's 5% pay raise for state employees, but it isn't enough to reverse the worsening teacher shortage in public schools.
We have over 1,500 classrooms across the state of West Virginia without a certified teacher in them. We're doing harm to kids. We have to address that issue.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's our radio stations, big and small, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Oh, yeah, and we are back. It's KCHW 102.7. Scott and Val on a Tuesday. Kind of had a report that things might have sounded funny online. I think it was maybe because I had a speaker up in here and had my headphones on. Might have been causing a little echo, but I hope we got it cleared up. Let's move along this morning. Val, would you deliver us some celebrity birthdays for today?
Yeah, James Earl Jones is turning 92 today. Maury Povich is 84. Steve Harvey, 66 today. Jim Carrey is 61. Michelle Obama is 59. I'm skipping the next one because I don't know who it is and I can't say the name.
Jim Murkowski.
Zooey Deschanel is 43. Former NBA star Dwayne Wade turns 41 today. Kelly Marie Tran, who plays Rose in the latest Star Wars films, is 34. And YouTuber and boxer Jake Paul turns 26 today.
Just a youngin'. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it happened today. We call it history. We start off in 1806. First child was born in the White House. James Madison Randolph was the son of Thomas Mann Randolph and Martha Jefferson Randolph, the daughter of President Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
In 1929, Popeye debuted in the comic strip. It was called Thimble Theater. Never really enjoyed Popeye.
You know, I can remember watching Popeye a lot. I just remember that I was thinking that our dad was Popeye because he definitely had Popeye muscles.
He did. 1962, first indoor ski slope. The Ski Deck Center in Buffalo, New York, opened in a former movie theater. Sounds unexciting. All right, we'll skip that one. 2006, 24-year-old Kansas man reported to police that he heard gunshots between 2:30 and 3 a.m., realized he had been shot in the chest, then tried to remove the bullets with the pointy end of a meat thermometer.
Oh, my goodness.
He was unsuccessful and walked to a nearby hospital, stuttering.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I can get that out.
Wow. That's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator.
It is.
Wow. 2017, the search for the missing aircraft MH370 over the Indian Ocean was called off. And 2020, CDC began screening passengers on direct and connecting flights from Wuhan, China, at San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles. And I think we're blocking them from flying in still right now, right? Because of the high numbers in China?
In China again? Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, special events with Val.
It's Ben Franklin Day today. It is Cable Car Day.
Ooh.
Customer Service Day.
Good luck with that.
Yes. Ditch New Year's Resolution Day.
Diet is over.
Over. And because it's over, we're going to enjoy Hot Buttered Rum Day.
Okay.
Yeah. It's also Kid Inventors Day. And finally, here's one for you because it fits into with what you said. It's Rid the World of Fad, Diet, and Gimmicks Day.
Oh, I kind of misread that. I thought it said fat diet. Same kind of thing.
I'm on that fat diet where my whole mission is to get fatter.
All right. Number of the day, 1.7 million, and that is the number of vinyl records sold by Taylor Swift in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. Who's buying those?
I want to know that too.
Oh, no! We suck again!
My new promotion to stop giving Taylor Swift money. All right. Moving on this morning to news and nuggets. It's news from the lighter side. Starting off, scientists have successfully redirected lightning strikes using a weather-controlling super laser. Ooh,
wow. It sounds like Dr. Evil type stuff.
Does. Super laser with sharks. No, a laser was able to manipulate the electrical charge in the atmosphere, causing lightning to strike a designated target rather than a random location. So now we can direct lightning at you.
Wow, I'm telling you, that's like some spy stuff or...
Wow.
Yeah.
Technology has the potential to protect buildings and infrastructure from damage caused by lightning strikes, as well as provide a new tool for studying thunderstorms. Research team is now working on improving the technology to make it more effective and efficient. This breakthrough is a significant step towards understanding and controlling the weather. And might be a great weapon.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Somebody's going to weaponize that.
They are.
I don't like you. I'm going to direct a lightning bolt right at you.
All right. Here comes Val.
Good news, though. Yeah. Marianne says we sound better now.
Oh, I bet it was that speaker. I'm so sorry. All right.
All right.
Val, things not to eat.
Yes. A 4-year-old was taken to the hospital with abdominal pain, vomiting, and constipation. Initially, doctors believed it to be acute appendicitis and removed the appendix. However, the child's symptoms persisted and he even started vomiting bile 3 days after the procedure. On the 4th day, an ultrasound revealed that the child had swallowed a magnetic bracelet, which was obstructing his intestines and causing holes in his bowels. In order to prevent further damage, doctors performed an emergency laparotomy to remove the bracelet and repair the holes in the child's intestinal wall. That's a little scary.
It is. I don't think I want to know what that procedure involves.
A laparotomy.
Yeah. What did your kids swallow?
I don't remember them swallowing anything they shouldn't have. I know that nothing up the nose. I do remember that Matt choked on a piece of bacon one time. And he was probably only 2 years old, and Brad grabbed him and was holding him upside down, and I was reaching in his mouth, pulling out bacon. So that was a little scary, but yeah.
Ooh. Whoa.
Yeah.
How much bacon can you put in your mouth? Huh?
That's when I started making it extra crispy.
So I had both my girls stuff things up their nose. With Sammy, it was Barney's toe. No, that was Lindsay, Barney's toe. And she had a bathtub Barney, and after the bathtub, she kept rubbing her nose, saying that Barney's toe was in her nose, and I just kind of played it off for a second, but she was insistent. So I tipped her head upside down, got a flashlight, and sure enough, she'd shoved it all the way up to her brain.
Oh, jeez.
And then I think I've told this story before. I didn't know what to do. I called my mom, single dad. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
How am I getting that out? And I said, I'm going to take her to the emergency room. She said, oh, no, I'll be right over. And she comes over, and she, lays her head over the arm of the couch, so she's upside down like you were talking about. And she's got a flashlight in one hand, and she reaches behind her back, and out of her pocket, she pulls a pair of tweezers that must have been 20 inches long. And she goes right up that nose and, pulled it right out like it was nothing. I wanted to vomit. Watch out for the brain. Yeah. So, and then with Sammy, it was Skittles. And
taste the rainbow.
Yeah, both her and her mom are freaking out because she can't breathe. She's got a nose full of Skittles, and she's choking and crying. And I screamed at both of them just to calm down. And she's like, "What do you mean calm down? We don't know how to. We need to take her to the hospital." And she wasn't facing her mom, and I turned her sideways and I said, "Taste the rainbow." And as she was crying, all the Skittles colors were like coming out her nose and going down over her mouth, and she just let her keep crying. They're coming out, and they did.
They dissolve, right?
They did.
Mm.
But yeah, I should have got a picture. Bad dad.
Sammy would kill you.
Yes. Bad. Remember when you shoved all the Skittles up your nose?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I guess
But
it's
I
my
do.
turn. Yeah.
Well, we were talking about what did your kids swallow, but I have my new kitten is like a toddler. She will find something on the ground and pick it up to eat it. And I'll go to grab it. I'm like, "What do you got in your mouth?" And I'll go towards her. And so then she just peels off 100 miles an hour trying to get away from me. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's something a kid would do." So I'm trying to chase her down, make sure she's not about to swallow or eat anything that's going to hurt her. But yeah, she just takes off like crazy.
I freaked out a friend. Their baby was crawling around their floor while we were visiting. And all of a sudden I came flying up out of the couch, and their kid was kind of like almost behind the chair. And I scooped their kid up, and I'm like jamming my finger down their throat. And they're like, hey. And here I come out with like this 18-inch necklace.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I just kind of seen it like hanging out of its mouth, and yeah. They were happy. At first it freaked them out that I was attacking their child, but then when I pulled the necklace out, they were like, oh. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. Team of researchers at the Flavor Research and Education Center at the University of Minnesota took a serious look at why people prefer white bread to whole wheat, despite the darker loave's proven health benefits. The answer? The smell, the taste,
the texture.
The texture? Huh. Flavor scientists took samples of wheat bread and white bread, ran them through a series of smelling tests. The bran in wheat bread contains fulic acid, which gave off malty, earthy, cucumber, fatty smells, while white bread tasted like corn chips, potatoes, caramel, and, well, flowers, baby.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. Yeah.
You know what I have a problem with, and I think because my sense of smell is pretty acute, and so a lot of times they'll take those wheat breads and they'll add omegas, to make them healthier. What they're adding is fish oil, and I can taste and smell fish from a mile away. So as soon as I take a bite and can taste fish oil, I'm like, "Oh, this is disgusting. I hate it." Oh, so time it says omega fortified, not touching that stuff.
I just decided you're better than a depth finder. I'm taking you fishing. You can smell fish a mile away.
Not through the water, though.
Oh.
I'm not that good.
What if we put your head underwater?
I'm pulling you down with me.
What are you doing with your sister? Fishing. All right. What would you buy if you won the lottery, Val?
Well, it's kind of sad that this woman had to use her money for this, but a North Carolina woman will finally be able to get the knee replacement surgery she needs after winning $150,000 Powerball prize. Rhonda Isaac was surprised and relieved to win the prize, which she says will enable her to get the long-awaited surgery. After taxes, Isaac took home $106,876. I'm having trouble, and plans to put any remaining funds into savings after the surgery.
I don't think she's got enough.
I'm wondering that too, unless it's just like even outpatient. I don't know. Brad's outpatient surgery costs were $88,000. Wow. So maybe you could do a knee cheaper than that.
Wow. I wonder, if she's just doing it because she actually has like the baby knee thing. Have you seen this online? So start looking at people's knees. Everyone on the planet, apparently, because The kids took me, and then they started just pulling up pictures where people's knees were shown. Everybody has a baby head on their knees.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I think
creepy.
somebody pointed that out to me before, too.
It's creepy. I was like, wow, we're all walking around with baby heads on our knees. Wow. But yeah, some people you got to get it kind of like sideways, like it's the silhouette. But yeah, it's weird. It looks like creepy little baby heads on your knees. So next time you see somebody in a dress online, look at their knees.
Okay.
Somebody in a pair of shorts, look at the knees. They got baby heads. Just saying. You know,
Okay.
it's a great way to kill time at work today. Look for baby heads. All right. McDonald's has long been known for its classic burgers, such as the Big Mac and the Quarter Pounder. But there's a lesser known secret menu. This item been gaining popularity among customers. The Air, Land, and Sea Burger. You heard of this?
I had not.
This hack combines elements of the McDonald's chicken, beef, and fish sandwiches. So I'm guessing it's just a hamburger with a chicken patty and a fish witch patty.
Oh, yeah. But I never thought to add all of them together.
Sounds delicious and is making me extremely hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In order to order the Air, Land, and Sea Burger, simply ask for a McChicken patty, a beef patty, and a fish fillet patty to be added to your burger. Some customers also like to add cheese, lettuce, and special sauces to take it to another level. Okay, whatever.
See, and that's the only way that I care to eat fish is if it's like in a fish stick or fish patty. Guess deep fat frying it makes it so much better.
And better for you. No. All right.
It must mask the fish smell.
All right, last one of these. It's good to be grumpy. Explain it to me, Val.
A recent study has shown that bad moods make us more detail-oriented. The study, conducted by researchers at the University of Groningen of the Netherlands, found that people in a negative mood were more likely to focus on small details and to be more thorough in their work. This is because negative emotions activate the analytical part of the brain, which is responsible for paying attention to details. The study also found that people in a positive mood were more likely to take a big picture view and to overlook small details. So, next time you're feeling grumpy, don't feel bad about it. It just may make you more productive.
I like the name of that town, Groningen. It sounds like they're grumpy there all the time. That's probably why they did this study.
Probably.
We need some angry people for this. Let's go to Groningen in the Netherlands. All right, wrapping it up with the fun stuff.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Here we go. The news attack. First part real. Second part, totally made up bad joke. Val, will you fire up our news attack?
Sure. Italian scientists said a gene is responsible for abdominal weight gain. Yeah, you can tell it in our family where we all carry our weight. This means that beer bellies are not caused by the amount of beer you drink. You know the sigh you just heard?
Yeah.
It's a sigh of relief coming from Thor, son of Odin.
That was my favorite part of the movie when they showed him all fat.
Yes.
Oh, look at Thor, he's all fat.
Uh-huh.
All right. A meth contamination has forced 2 Colorado libraries to close their doors. See, kids, knowledge really does rot your brain.
Definitely.
Wow, got to watch out for those librarians.
No kidding. Missing teeth. And all that. In a survey, the Oreo was named the best store-bought cookie. However, due to its crinkly packaging, it's last on the list for shoplifted cookies.
Yeah, imagine trying to get out Walmart with a pants full of Oreos.
Well, and it's one of those cookies, too, that, if you're trying to sneak a cookie at night so your kids don't hear.
Yeah, especially that top peels up.
Yeah.
In a survey, Americans say Joe Biden has handled his confidential document scandal better than Donald Trump. I think things would be different if Joe remembered his Twitter password.
Yes, what a mess. What a mess. According to a study, teenagers who eat dinner with their families have better mental health than those who don't. They're not sure why, though. It's either because eating with the family makes teens feel loved and supported, or it's because no problem seems too bad when you compare it to watching grandma eat corn on the cob with her dentures out.
How long is she going to gum that corn cob? Should we get out a knife and cut off the corn for her, or just let her keep gnawing on it?
We spent our childhood watching Grandma Gertie eat different things, gum different things to death. Oh my God. Grandma's teeth were out of her mouth more than they were in it.
All right, hold on. We got a technical problem back at the studio.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Are we getting reports?
We're getting reports. Looks like everything might be okay, though. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Something about static, so let's play this.
Let them eat static.
Yes. Sorry. We don't do it on purpose. It's public radio. All right.
We're working on a budget here.
Yes. Is it me?
Yeah.
According to a study?
Yeah.
You will eat less if you look at your artwork that features skinny people. That means you're never going to be able to take your kids' kindergarten stick figure drawings off the fridge. It's a good thing. Leave them right there.
I've never looked like a stick figure.
I'm going to try that, though. I'm going to look at a stick figure before I eat and see how well it goes.
Okay.
All right.
Scientists have researched what it would be like if humans were twice as intelligent. We'd have at least 27 more flavors of Doritos, though, I'm telling you.
Oh, totally. Totally. If we were twice as intelligent, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Will you do another one, Val?
Sure. A survey finds by this time in January, the positive feelings and good cheer we get from Christmas have faded away.
Aww.
Yeah. I'm pretty cheerful, though. Still, I just paid off my Christmas bills from 2020.
Really?
Yeah. Only took 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. One more. I'm working on stuff.
Okay. We were done, though, with a little news attack today, unless you want me to flip over to yesterday's.
No, you can go ahead and...
I can go to Wacky?
Yes, please.
Wacky but true? Okay. Yes. All right. A trio of men from New York are behind bars after Pennsylvania State Police said they tried to hide 83 pounds of marijuana behind a dumpster after one of the men called 911. Police responded to a 911 hang-up call at a gas station on Friday. One of the men allegedly dialed 911 and said there were people in his car with marijuana, and he wanted them to get out, but they refused. Upon arrival, troopers said 2 men were seen standing near duffel bags in the parking lot. The men reportedly gave troopers permission to search the duffel bag, and marijuana in vacuum-sealed bags was found. Troopers reported they then found 5 trash bags hidden behind a dumpster that contained 83 pounds of the green stuff, an estimated street value of more than $300,000. No word about why one of the men called 911.
Huh. And why would you, haul around illegal weed when you can get it legally almost everywhere in the country?
No kidding.
Yeah.
He must have been high. He called the police to complain.
Let's check with him.
We could, go to jail for this?
Yeah, he's high. All right. Thank you, Val, because while you were doing that, I was able to get the radio back on the air.
Oh, nice.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Let's see. Next, police in Lithuania were baffled to discover that a woman arrested for shoplifting had been registered as dead a month earlier. Woman's parents had mistakenly identified a body found in the forest as that of their 27-year-old daughter. How does this happen all the time?
I don't know.
Well, looks like her, kinda. It's her. It emerged that the woman was alive and well and living with her boyfriend in the same town.
In the same town, even?
In the same town. Police showed up with a doctor. Here's what the doctor had to say.
She's dead, Jim.
From Caddyshack?
And that's how she wrote.
Oh, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Oh. A burglar broke into some stables in the UK and stole some stuff, but not before feeding the stable cat.
Oh,
Isn't that sweet?
That is sweet.
I'm a pretty good guy, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much fun we can have together.
You know what my response is when I see a cat?
What?
Just like any cat anywhere. Here, hold my wine. Because I got to go pet the cat.
Oh, I thought you were saying that to the cat, and I was like, well, how does that work for you?
No, you got to, here, hold this so I can pet the cat.
Well, you would like it. The kids, Lindsay and her man went to Jamaica because her sister was, her half-sister was getting married. And you would love the resort they stayed at because apparently it's for mice control or gophers or whatever. On this fancy resort where your every need is catered to, 72 friendly cats.
Oh, I would be in heaven.
I know. I saw you shiver just now.
I know. I was just like, oh.
All
when
right.
I die, I want to go there.
Please bury me with 70 cats. South Florida fair auction is spurring up some controversy after one family say they won a bid for a pig, but then walked away empty-handed. Meg Weinberger. Weinberger? All right. Says she went to the fair Saturday in hopes of bringing back a live pig. Her family lost their pet pig, Wilbur, recently. So they went to the fair and started bidding. Meg and her husband put up a $4,700 bid for Bella the pig. But instead of going home with the pig, fair organizers informed the family they would only be going home with Bella's meat. Bella had to be butchered or the deal was off the table. Fair organizers said it's a state law that Bella has to be slaughtered. Megan Weinberger and her husband say no signs were displayed at the auction that outlined this was a terminal market, and they have a home for Bella at their animal sanctuary among the horses, geese, and donkeys. No word on the pig.
Do you think they pig-napped it?
It's pig discrimination, I tell you.
I should have screamed this at the fair organizers.
You don't frighten us, English pig dogs.
Yeah.
Pig dogs.
All right. Ooh, a Polish man to wrap up the news.
Ooh, fun.
Uh-huh.
It's next best thing to Florida. In Poland, a man walked into an electronics store, grabbed a TV off the shelf, and ran for the door. While the store's employees got a good look at him, he vanished down the busy street before any of them could catch him. The clerks were amazed a couple of days later when the guy walked back into the store, this time pretending to be an angry customer, claiming the store had failed to give him the remote, a warranty, and the instruction manual for a TV he had just purchased. He was still waiting for these things when the police arrived.
Oh, wow.
I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up. Here forever.
And they wonder why we used to have Polish jokes.
Because of criminals, pretty much. All right, that is our show for today. Tomorrow, it is myself, Scott Allen, and Mr. Mike Bentz for your nonprofit lowdown. Right here on the radio, 7:20 tomorrow morning. We did go off the air briefly on KCHW 102.7. If you missed any part of today's show and it's just killing you because it was right in the middle of a joke, always can replay that on Facebook and YouTube. We had some funny sounds this morning, but when I listened to the video replay, I really wasn't picking it up. So hopefully everything's okay. Other than that, Val, anything?
Let's see. I am really looking forward to your visit.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I've cleaned bedrooms, and we talked about this earlier about the more you love someone, the less you're worried about cleaning when they get here. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted you to be able to lay on the bed. So I have been doing a little work around the house in preparation, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you, brother.
All right, I am too. So you got the 72 cats out of the bedroom?
Well, part of that, okay. Part of them, yeah. And it's funny. There was a cat story today because I'll try and wrap this up quickly.
No worries.
I can go on and on. But I had this dream last night about all these like itty bitty tiny baby kittens, and they were all black mixed with an orange tabby. And so it really, really interesting dream. I'm going to have to try and analyze that one. But yeah, so I do have a cat problem.
You do. It's an addiction. We're sending it.
It is.
Yeah. What would they call that? CA? Cats Anonymous?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
She just loves cats. All right. See if you like this one. I made this for the nighttime music the other day.
Okay.
Rock at night.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
102.7 KCHW.
Code name, Hardhead. Hat. Hard hat.
One more.
102.7.
Bees! Bees! Bees in the car! Bees everywhere! God, they're huge! They're ripping my flat
KCHW.
Holy barracuda!
Rock at night.
And we are out of here. Fun thing about that, Val, I did the music all myself.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Holy barracuda.
All right, Batman, we will talk to you tomorrow, 7:20 right here, Northern Lights Public Radio.
I'm a pretty good guy, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much fun we can have together.
You know, we could, go to jail for this.
You don't frighten us, English pig dogs! Attention, idiots!
That's us.
You're listening to Northern Lights.